What's up, guys? Welcome back to That Chick Angel TV. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as the bell so you can get notifications when I upload new content. Today I am doing a story time / get ready with me. Someone asked me about how I became an actress, and I realized I don't think I've told this story on my channel, which is amazing to me, being that that's what I am. I'm an actress. So I'm gonna do my makeup. I don't have anywhere in particular to go other than pick up my child, but sometimes I like to look kind of pretty for myself and for my husband because he greatly appreciates when I put some effort in for him. I knew I wanted to become an actress back when I was like 5 years old, watching The Cosby Show and seeing Keisha Napoleon play Rudy. I used to imagine that I would come on and play her twin, Rudy. No, her name was Ruby. So since I was 5, I've been adamant that I was going to be an actress, and I kind of kept on that path. Obviously, this was back before the days of YouTube. Hell, it was back before the days of the internet, much less YouTube. I was doing like church plays by the time I was born in Baltimore, but by the time we moved to Kentucky, oh, I can't stand that this nail's gone. By the time we moved to Kentucky, I started doing like church plays. That's not, it's not really anything. So my first play was a school play in middle school called Where the Trees Are Blue. And it was like our teacher had wrote it. I was one of the main characters. It was a murder mystery. I think I was the murderer. And you found out because they found what they were looking for behind a painting. And in the painting, the trees were blue. That was the name of it. I was playing this. The person playing my dad was black. And the person playing my mom was white. So I was like, Mommy, I got to put curls in my hair because I'm a mixed girl. I was so basic. So basic. Anyways, even though I wasn't the most outgoing child at first, when it came to being on stage, I always loved it and felt comfortable. I did plays all throughout high school. I did musicals. Was never in a leading role. Always in the background, somewhere dancing and singing. Then I got to college. I was going to major in math. I was either going to major in math or pediatric nurse. That's what I was up, because I loved babies and I was hella good at math. My math score on the SAT is why I didn't have to pay for undergrad. And then I also had good grades. I was a little bit of a goody two-shoes nerd. And this is Makeup Forever. I'm going to eventually try something else, but y'all know I love Makeup Forever. Right now this looks a little too red though. I had one of my professors kind of became my mentor in college. Her name is Nancy Jones. She's still my mentor. She really took a liking to me and saw my talent, and I was in a lot of her shows as well as other director shows. Right after I graduated, she was directing something in New York in the New York Fringe Festival. So I graduated. I ended up majoring in theater because my sister was like, Angel, you are not about to put any of those down for your major. Put down theater. And I was like, okay. I graduated with my BA in theater. And the difference between getting a BA in theater versus getting a BA in acting is that when you get a BA in theater, you learn every aspect of the theater. So I did costume, I learned makeup, I learned set design, I learned set construction, I learned lighting, all of it, as well as acting. So when I graduated with my BA, I got to go to New York, and I replaced an actress in my mentor's play that she had in the New York Fringe Festival. And I did it, and that was my first time really working with professional actors. Like, I did summer stock theater, where during the summer I would go away and do theater. I did it in New Hampshire, and I did it in Indiana. I was in Indiana. I can't remember where in Indiana. But this is my first time working with like New York actors. So I realized after working with them that I was not good enough to my standards to go out into the professional world. I could have probably worked, but I possibly would have been very embarrassed by my quality of work compared to theirs. So I said, well, hell, I need to go to grad school. Now, mind you, while I was in undergrad, I did try to transfer to NYU. However, I didn't get coached on my audition. I just tried it. Did not go well. So I didn't transfer. So after that, I was thinking, I'm going to move to New York once I'm done, because all I did was theater. I'd never done film or television. So I auditioned for grad schools through this thing called URTAs. It's like United Regional something. I don't know. You can look it up. URTA. and you get to audition for a bunch of grad schools at once. So I didn't get coached on my audition for this. I don't know why I don't think that I should be getting coached when I should have been. Anyways, as luck would have it, the one school, there were a couple schools interested in me, but one of the top schools there was interested in me, and that was UC Irvine. And the professor, who's now, he's deceased, his name was Dudley. He, what I had to do for the big audition, I had to, that's not a good color. I had to do 2 pieces, one contemporary and one modern. My contemporary piece was August Wilson's 7 Guitars, which has been done way too many times. And then my contemporary piece was Molière's Tartuffe, because I was like, I'm not doing Shakespeare. He's not my friend. When I got a call back from them, a lot of people had to work scenes with them and got coached to see if you were flexible. He just was basically like, we're going to want you, and I'm sure we can get you some money. And we do a showcase after your 3 years, one in New York and one in LA. And that's what I really needed to hear, because there was like Iowa was interested in me, and I was like, that's like moving from Kentucky to Kentucky. I don't want that. So UC Irvine was in Irvine, California, which is in Southern California. It's like 45 minutes south of LA. And I was like, oh my goodness. So sure enough, they accepted me into their program. They gave me a full fellowship that paid for all of my schooling, as well as, it didn't pay for, well, yeah, it did. It paid for where I was going to live too. I still had to pay, like I still had to write a check for it, but I got enough money that I got enough of a refund that it paid for it. So I ended up moving to Irvine in 2006 to start my master's program, Masters of Fine Arts in acting. So this time my focus was acting, not a whole bunch of other stuff. And mind you, like I said, in high school and in undergrad, I was doing musical theater. So I was singing. I actually, when I graduated from high school, I graduated from this School of Creative and Performing Arts with a dance major. So I had been doing a lot of focusing on doing musical theater. That was another reason why I was like, I'm going to go to New York. UC Irvine was very theater based as well. I was there for 3 years, got to play some heavy hitting roles. I was Vera in 7 Guitars. That was the monologue that I did to audition. I just never realized that. The monologue that I used to audition to get into the program. I was Venus Hottentot in Venus by Susan Laurie Parks, which was a major role for me. And I played other like bit roles, but I really honed my craft then. So when we did our showcase, we went through a semester of choosing scenes and scene partners, and I got to choose two really strong scenes. One comedic scene, which was about a dead monkey. It was hilarious. And then a dramatic scene between me and my friend Omar about, we were a divorced couple, and our son had been, we got in a call that our son had brought a knife to school, and we were trying to figure it out. So it was just a scene of us. Wasn't high dramatics. It was just us trying to figure out how we were going to make this work. Because regardless of how much we did or didn't like each other, this was our son. So I got great response, and I got to sing in New York. So I did the 2 scenes and I sung in New York, just like 8 bars of just something from Dreamgirls, because I gave them the belt that they needed. I had good response in New York. I had agents interested in me, managers interested in me, but I had excellent response in LA. The casting director of ER, the reason why I have this ER chair, he took a liking to me, and even though there were agents and managers interested in me, he was like, they're not good enough for you. So he had me go on meetings and referred me to a couple of people, and that is how I ended up with the manager and a manager that I have now. And then my manager hooked me up with the agent that I have now. So I've had them since 2006. Well, the casting director of ER took it even further. He had me meet some executive producers of ER. And he was like, I think she's great. I think, she's going to be something big. We need to do something with her. So they wrote me onto the show. They had some characters that they thought that I would be great playing. And so there were 2. And they ended up going with the one that I played, was Nurse Dawn Archer, who was from Louisiana and was displaced after Hurricane Katrina. And so I was on that show for 3 years as a guest star. I literally got that show right out of grad school. And so that's kind of how I ended up where I am now. I did ER for 3 years. Didn't do much work outside of ER. It has been a very hard road for me. I got pregnant the last season I was on ER. And didn't get to use any momentum from that. So I kind of took a year and so off just to be a mother. And then I came back, and I've done like guest stars here and there. I've booked series, regular roles, but either the show didn't go or, well, no, I've been let go. It has been a hard road, but it's been worth it because, you know, whenever I've had an audition, people are like, you're funny. It's all get out. But I realize it's a different day and age. I have to kind of take things into my own hand, where before I would just be waiting for auditions from my agent and manager, where now I'm using more of my skill sets in other ways, like YouTube. I can be funny on YouTube and be creative. Granted, I don't do a lot of scripted stuff on YouTube, but I can if I want to. So that is how I became an actress in a nutshell. This is a 12-minute video. I am so sorry. Yeah, I don't know if I could have told that story any shorter and you all been able to get everything. So basically that showcase that I did, that was the thing that pivoted, that was pivotal and projected, or I don't know the word, flung me into the professional world of acting in LA. And that's what I recommend for anybody, is not so much grad school, but go to some sort of school that has a showcase that can invite and get, you know, really good casting directors, agents, managers to come so they can see you hopefully at your best. And I've had, like I said, my people for 11 years, and they are very well known. My manager represents Molly Shannon, as well as some other big time people. And my agents represent a bunch of working folk. So I'm happy as a pig in dirt, a pig in mud. All right, guys, if you have any other questions about my career as an actress, my career as a YouTuber, my career as a host, my career as a speaker, as a stand-up comedian, all that mess, you can leave the questions in the comments below. As always, you can follow me on my social media, different platforms of that nature. I'm That Chick Angel on Facebook as well as Instagram, and then I'm at Angel the Actress on Twitter. Excuse me, I keep wanting to say Instagram over and over again. Again, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to finish up this makeup that's taking me forever. All right, bye. Be blessed.
That Chick Angel, that Chick Angel, that Chick Angel, a boss, a wife, a mama, 3. Yo, she's comedy.